The computer's working really well today. I've managed to find the podcast from Phil Hill and others. It's the questions run too deep for such a simple man. It's what you should search for, but I have linked to it on Twitter. And these podcasts have been just on various podcast platforms, but recently they've appeared on YouTube as well. And he's called Phil on EdTEch. So if you put in the @ Phil on EdTech, that will find it. And I think I'm going to read a lot of this. Actually, I think this is for me pushing my various questions. This is a very good development, because they've discussed whether there is growth in online courses, and they leave it a bit open, but in general they're saying in the States the evidence is it probably is growing, but in UK there's still all of this discussion about maybe it's come to an end and it was overdone during lockdown and it didn't work very well, and so on and so forth. But I did put in a comment asking if it was cheaper than a campus course, and clearly so. Would students be interested in that? Because I say that, well, I'll just quote it directly. It seems the management ask a question, why offer online as well as maintain costs on buildings? But this is not a test of what is possible. And Phil on EdTech has said he would argue SNHU's, I think that's Southern New Hampshire, WGU, I'm not sure, I'll find that out later on. Success is a case of students indirectly being asked that question, and I have looked at them, but they both offer online courses. One other example is UF Online. He assumes that people in the States understand what these initials are, but I will find out more about these references. Explicitly offering lower tuition despite having a full campus. None of these are survey questions, but, and then dot lines there. So I think that's very interesting. I'm very glad he's replying to comments, and it does show YouTube is working as social media, and eventually we'll get some of this into a podcast or something. I hope that carries on.